All right, guys, let's get to work. If you have a ball, we're going to take it with us now and go into our roll downs on the mat. So we're going to sit down on the mat and we're going to take that ball halfway between the knees and the thighs, legs come long, sitting tall on your sitting bones. We're just going to do one, so let's make sure it counts. We have our arms long, lengthen the tailbone away from the crown of the head, plug the arms into the back line of the body, and we're going to lean about 2 to 3 inches with a flat back. Holding here. Now we're going to roll the tailbone under first. Then we start to articulate through the low back. Now into the mid back. Oh, this is the tough part. And slowly controls till the upper back comes all the way down and the back of your head is on your mat. From here, we're going to take the arms long to the sides, maintaining a neutral pelvis. We're going to float the legs up into a tabletop position and go into our windshield wiper arm arcs. So the arms float back up to the sky, melt the shoulder blades down the spine, and we're going to tip the pelvis and the knees to the left. You'll see the right hip picks up a little bit off that mat and bring it back to center. We're going to do that again, but this time we're going to add the arms in opposite rotation. So we're tipping the knees to the left and the shoulders and the arms tip to the right. It's a small range of movement, guys, because we want length. Now let's change direction. Knees tip to the right, arms tip to the left. One more time, knees to the left, arms to the right. Bring it back through center, knees to the right, arms to the left. Hold here. We're going to add an abdominal curl. So we have the arms to the left, knees to the right. Pick the head up off the mat as we rise up into an abdominal curl. And then we're going to set it back down, sweep through center, knees tip to the left, and we reach up as we arc to the right. So we're going to make it a fluid movement where we're centering down. Swivel the knees to the right as we lift and arc to the left. Bring it back down through center and knees tip to the left as we curl up to the right. Keeping the waistline long in all directions. Plugging the arms in. Inhaling as we rotate and rise. Exhaling through center. Let's make this the last time to the left. So the arms reach up to the left, come back through middle, and last time with the arms reaching up to the right. Bring it all the way back to center. Next, we're going to go into our pelvic clock. We're going to take the ball from in between the legs and place it right under your sacrum. Now, I wouldn't say this, but it's right above your C-R-A-C-K. My mom would be mortified. So we're just going to spell it and leave it at that. It's right there at the sacrum, the base of the spine, and we're going to lay all the way down onto the mat. Feet are flat, about 4 inches apart and parallel. Arms are long, shoulder blades have melted down the spine. You can adjust the ball slightly if you need to. The idea is to have your ASIS, which are your sticky outy bits on the front side of your hips, shining straight up to the sky. We don't want them shining towards your shoulders or towards your toes. It's almost a draping sensation over the ball. Arms are imprinting into the floor with intention. And now we're going to imagine your belly button is 12. So we're going to tip the pelvis back towards 12 while maintaining length on the front side of the body. Do you feel the deep abdominals engage, you guys? All right. And now let's rotate the pelvis. Turn those imaginary gear wheels towards 6. All right. Bring it back through the center and we're going to tip towards 3. And bring it back into center. And now we're going to tip towards 9. Now we're going to combine that all. So we're going to do this a few times. We're going to start at noon or 12. And we're going to sweep through 3 o'clock, all the way long through 12 o'clock, back through 9, and through 12. Again to 3, 6, 9, 12. This time change direction, come back to neutral, the starting position, roll back to 12. We're going to do counterclockwise. 9, 6, 3, 12, 9. This is the last one. 6, 3, and back to neutral. So now we've got the pelvis nice and warmed up and a really good assessment of what that neutral pelvis feels like. We're going to float the right leg up into tabletop position. Arms are long. Make sure we didn't press down into that ball. Keeping the tailbone reaching long. We're going to imprint the arms into the floor and float the second leg up, float your left leg up. We're now in a tabletop position, balancing on that ball. It looks easy, it feels wicked. Yes? All right, we're gonna do single leg reaches, 4 on each leg, starting with right. Inhale, right leg extends long, left leg is quiet. Oh my Lord. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, left leg comes long. Exhale, bring it back to tabletop. Right side, inhale, inner thigh reaches for the opposite side of the room. Exhale, bring it in. Left side, inhale as we extend. Exhale as we bring it in. Right side, this is 3. And let's bring left side long. Keeping that pelvis quiet. Try not to tip towards any of those times on the clock. Last time to the right, bring it in. And last time to the left. Do not flop out of that. Knees are now at tabletop. With control, bring both feet back down to the floor. Excellent. All right, that was good fun. Now we can all tell time together. Take that ball and place it halfway between your knees and thighs again, and get real close to the front side of the mat. So we're right at that front edge. Our feet are about 4 inches apart and parallel. And we're gonna rise into a teaser position in our twisted teaser. So it looks like this. We're gonna come up as we rotate, knees bend, arms come long, or you can keep one arm down like Tess is showing us. And then on the exhale, we're gonna unwind and return to start. On the inhale, swivel up, seated teaser. Exhale as we bring it back down. Try to keep space between the legs because the ball is helping us to space. Inhale as we bring it up and rotate. Exhale as we reach for length and come back into that sideline position. Whew, it is hard to hit that balancing point and not fall flat on my face, yes? Inhale long, exhale as we reach and elongate down. Lengthen all directions. Let's do 2 more. Lengthening up. Last one, come to the side, and we're gonna fold up one more time for a hold. Hold and breathe for 5. Jessie's gonna take her arms overhead for 4, for 3, 2, and with control, bring it down. Keep the ball with you if you have it, and don't worry about it if you don't. We're gonna go into a standing releve. So we're gonna take that ball, place it right between the inner ankle bones. All 10 toes are shining straight forward. So we're gonna start with a releve and then add a plie. Fancy words, we'll walk you through it. So first we're gonna think about the inner thighs. They're gonna draw up alongside the spine like suspenders, and that's what invites our heels off the floor. Now we're going to, with intention, melt the heels back down to the floor. Inner thighs draw up, and then we want to reach in opposition. Crown of the head goes up, up, up. That's how we get the low belly as the heels melt down. One more time, rising up onto the balls of the feet. You can always hold onto something for balance support. And then we're going to soften the knees with the heels raised. Torso stays upright. Heels melt down. Inhale to rise up with flat feet, float onto the balls of the feet. And we're making it more of a fluid movement now, not really stopping and starting. So we're all the way with flat feet, rising into releve. And then we're gonna soften the knees, keep the torso upright, melt the heels down with bent knees, long legs, flat feet, rising onto releve. Soften the knees, melt the heels, lengthen the legs. Nice tall in the releve. You can add the arms up overhead, soften the knees, melt the heels down, lengthen the legs. Last time, float into releve. Soften the knees, hold here, and we're gonna do a little tiny lower and raise via the sits bones. So you can be holding onto a counter or a chair to support your balance. Otherwise, we're broadening and narrowing the sits bones as we work. Last 3. Last 2. Hold with intention, imprint the heels to the floor, gather via the core, and rise all the way up. Let's go into a 4-point kneeling position, and we're gonna keep the ball with us to really give us a little feedback on our stability. Okay, from here, we're gonna have our hands below the shoulders. We're gonna have the knees below the hips, and we're gonna take that ball and place it into the natural curve of our lumbar spine. And that ball is not invited to move once you get it in position. Lengthen the tailbone from the crown of the head. Think about broadening the collarbones, and without changing our pelvis, that ball's gonna tell us if we do or not, we're gonna reach the right leg back, long, 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 raising the top of the right big toe along the floor until the leg can reach no more. Then we're gonna float the leg up, approximately hip height. If you don't get all the way there, that's fine. Straight leg, lower back down to the floor. Draw that knee back to start position, and we're gonna go into the left. So now we're going to slide a piece of paper under that left knee to transfer the weight, lengthening it back. Toes graze the floor. Now we crease at the back side of the hip to lengthen the leg up to hip height. Navel is drawn up and in. Slowly lower that left foot back down to the floor. Soften the knee, drawing it back in. Let's do one more, either side. Right leg reaches back. Oh my gosh, that ball is wobbling. How about yours, Jessie? If I throw it at you, will you catch mine? Excellent. Right leg comes back down. Back side of the neck is long as we glide that knee back to start. Last time, left side. Lengthen, 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 and reach. Collarbones are wide. Crease behind the hip as you float that left leg back to start. And we're gonna soften that knee. Bring it back in. And get that ball off your back. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do that twisted teaser on the other side. So we're gonna take the ball, place it halfway between the knees and the hips, lay down at the front side of the mat. Remember, we're gonna rotate, so we need to have plenty of space to do so. Legs go long, and we're gonna maintain space between the toes. All right, here we go. We're gonna exhale to prepare, and then we're gonna inhale as we rise up into that teaser position. Exhale as we unwind and return back to start, finding lots of length as we work. Inhale as we rotate, balance at the top of that teaser. Exhale as we unwind and return to start. Making sure that we use that right arm for balance if you need to. You can always keep it touching the floor, or you can try for the balance challenge and take both arms up and off of the mat. So we're inhaling as we rotate, finding length on all sides of the body as we work. Exhaling as we bring it back down, stacking onto both hip bones. And then we're inhaling, reaching long, long, long. You can almost think of a puppet string reaching through the crown of the head. It's better that way, isn't it? Exhale as we unwind. It's also important to remember the femur heads are sinking into the pelvis as we rise. So we want to feel them sinking into the pelvis rather than gripping on the front side of the hips. Let's do one more, lengthening up, and then we're going to flip sides. All the way up, not for more of this, for something else. Make it stop and bring it all the way in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and lose that ball. If you have it, just set it to the side. Finally, we're gonna lay on our left side, on our left forearm. We're gonna go into some leg sweeps. So I have the bottom leg in a 45-degree angle bend. We're gonna float it up off of the floor, or you can lay all the way down like Tess is showing us. And now we're going to take that right leg forward and reach it back. The pelvis did not move. Sweeping forward and lengthening it back. The pelvis is quiet, so it doesn't matter how far the leg comes forward. What we don't want to see, you can watch through the pelvis, we don't want to see the pelvis roll under just to get the foot off of the hip. This is not what we're after. We want to find that length as we reach the leg forward as far as you can today and lengthen it back. We're going to do 3 more. Lifting away from the left elbow. Last 2. Last 1, with control, bring it all the way back. Right leg goes down and left hip lowers to the ground. Okay, we're gonna do 4 inches apart, parallel squat with a ring if you have one. So we're gonna rise onto our feet. We're gonna take our hands inside that ring and bring the ring in front of our body. Feet are 4 inches apart and parallel, all 10 toes shine straight forward. And we're gonna exhale as we crease up the front side of the hips. And the sits bones broaden. And then we're gonna inhale as we rise all the way back to stop the ring lowers. Exhale, ring comes up to chest height. Inhale as we narrow through the pelvis to raise all the way up. Exhaling as we lower down. Inhaling, sitting bones are what's driving us back to that standing position. They're narrowing on the way up and broadening on the way down. If you're moving the arms of the ring, make sure you're plugging them into the back side of the body as we work. Little additional challenge if you'd like it. On the way down, we can take that ring up and overhead. I like to give my elbows a good bend on the way up to really keep the collarbones wide rather than jamming my shoulders up around my ears. Hold the next one down just for good measure, holding here. And now we're gonna lower and raise by broadening and narrowing the sitting bones. Try the arms up and overhead if you haven't yet. See what that feels like for your body today. If it doesn't feel great, hands can always go on your hips and focus on the movement through the pelvis. Last 3. Last 2. With intention, inhale, narrow through the hips to rise all the way up to standing. We're gonna go into a first position plie with a rotation. So we're gonna take the ring and place it right at the base of your rib basket. And it's important to note that we want space between our fingers. This is all about maintaining good posture and not hugging to crowd the ring. So we're gonna stand as tall as we can, sternum is over the pubic bone, and we're simply gonna soften the knees without changing our height. And then we're gonna come back to full extension in the legs. So the reason I'm asking for this is so we can find that connection to the deep abdominals. The crown of the head is reaching up, up, up as the knees are bending and asking the body to lower. And the core is having to work really hard in opposition as the knees bend and the crown of the head reaches up. Now we can go ahead and change our height, but we want to find that deep abdominal connection before we lower because we don't want to just kind of bounce and hang out in our plies and waste our time. We got 30 minutes, we got to make it count. So we're on this next one, we're gonna rotate to the left as the knees bend, and that's an inhale. Exhale as we rise. So now we're changing up our breath as we add the rotation. Inhaling, rotate to the right, keep the pelvis quiet. Exhale, come through center. Inhale as we rotate. The rib basket drives that rotation, not the arms, not the ring, not the head. The pelvis stays quiet. I like to think about the hip coming forward just a little bit, and it helps to keep me honest so that I don't let it track with me and lose that kind of wringing out of a towel sensation that we're after. Inhaling is ready to do some laundry. Exhaling as we bring it up. Not me, it's gotta be one of you. Draw that navel up and in even as we rotate. Let's make this the last time to the right. And we're gonna do the leg sweep on the other side. Coming all the way up with 2 straight legs, we're gonna set the ring aside just for a second and take care of those leg sweeps on the other side. So we're gonna lay on our right forearm, the right knee is bent and left leg is long. That elbow is right under the shoulder, palm is flat, and we're gonna lengthen up into our best diagonal. From here, that left leg floats up, and we're gonna exhale as we crease at the front side of the hip. Inhale as you trade that crease to the back side of the hip. Exhale, invite the crease back to the front. Hey, come join me here. And then send it back, go away, send it back to the back door. So we're gonna go forward and back, keeping the pelvis nice and quiet, lifting away from that right elbow, thinking about the back side of your right underarm coming forward to help connect us to the back line of the body. We're gonna do 4 more here. All sides of the waistline and spine are long. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Stay with me. Leg comes long in line with the hip. Lower it to the floor. And now the right hip comes back to the mat. All right, I promised we're gonna grab that ring again. Here we go. Hands come to the outside of the ring, and we're gonna have our knees glued together as well as our big toes. We're gonna go into some booty taps. So we're gonna have the ring out in front of us to start with, plug the arms in, and lean forward. So it's kind of like we're in a squat, we're just down on the floor now. And we're going to inhale, keep the ring where it is as we rise the front side of the hips open. Exhale, creases the hips as we lower down. Inhale as we raise up. Exhaling as we lower down. We're gonna add rotation to the left on this next one. Inhale, rotate to the left. Exhale, bring it through center. Inhale, up, rotate to the right. Exhale, down through center. So you wanna make sure that we're not mashing on that ring and squeezing it like this. We wanna just have a light touch, helping to keep us in line as we inhale and rotate, adding length to the spine. Exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. Just a few more on either side. exhaling as we lower. Nice and long with openness on the front side of the hips at the top. Last time to the left. Inhaling up, exhaling down, again to the right. Inhaling and exhale, bring it all the way in. You can keep that ring or set it aside. We're gonna go into some external rotation lunges. So step to the top of the mat, and we are going to take a natural step back with your left leg. It's gonna be a good size step, but make it natural for your body. And both legs are in turned out position. You can have the ring any number of variations. Let's try a 90-90 bend here, fingertips up to the sky. From here, we're going to exhale as both knees soften and the torso stays upright. Inhale as you narrow to raise. Exhale, torso stays upright to lower down. Inhale as you come back to standing with two straight legs. So it's really important here, keep working. We want to keep that right knee aligned with big toe, second toe. The temptation in this externally oriented position is to send it outbound over the pinky toes, and that's not going to be good for our alignment, and we're going to lose connection to the midline of the body, the VMO, and knee stabilizers. So go ahead and keep working. We want to keep the big toe, second toe grounded, and the inner thigh right in line with that big toe, second toe. It's tough to do. She's a professional, and it's tough to do. Hold the next one down. Sternum is right over the pubic bone. Come forward, tiny touch. Beautiful. And now we're going to do a little tiny heel peel on that right foot. Yes, via that inner thigh. Now really watch that knee. A little bit further in. Yes, you feel that connection to that inner thigh? So if we go outbound, you're going to lose that connection to the inner thigh. Play with it a little bit. Bring your knee in a little bit closer to the big toe and see if you can find that focus. Let's hold the heel up. Let's smile. Let's breathe. Intentionally bring that heel down, narrow through the pelvis, and rise all the way back up to standing. Gorgeous. If you have your ring, keep it. If not, don't worry about it. Step into a nice wide second position. So we're in turnout, we're wider than our shoulders, and we're just gonna take that ring in front of us again. We're gonna lower into that plie. Remember, we want that oppositional reach. Head goes up, up, up as the knees bend down. And now we're just gonna hold one plie. That sounds pretty good, right? They know online. They know. Okay, guys, we're gonna go into weight shifts. It looks like this. We are going to elongate the left leg as we shift our weight over the right leg. Now we're gonna sweep low through the center. Notice that my beautiful ballerina then did not get any higher. So we're staying nice and low, and we're going for a full extension of the leg that is reaching. We are not just doing a little half situation. I almost said a swear. We're just going to reach the opposite leg long as we soften one knee. Now thinking about that knee alignment with the big toe, second toe, check in with your body. You can kind of take a quick glance down and make sure you're not allowing the knees to fold in or that we're not tracking out over the pinky toe. It's gonna make all the difference in the world. Just shifting side to side, keeping the torso upright. Navel draws up and in between the shoulder blades. Last time, shifting to the right, through the center. Last time, shifting to the left. Come back into the plie at the center with intention, narrow through the sits bones, rise all the way back up, and let's take care of that lunge on the other side. Coming to the top of the mat, we have our feet in first position again. Toes are turned out. Let's go ahead and take that ring with our hands inside, but we're still gonna hold that 90-90 bend. It just changes the intention a little bit, broadening the collarbones. Take a natural step back with the right foot. Check that your hips are still shining straight forward. Exhale as we soften both knees. Torso stays upright. There's a good chance that you wanna tip back a little bit, so keep that sternum over the pubic bone. Inhale as we narrow, two straight legs at the top. Exhale, that left inner thigh is gonna spiral to the sky as we lower into that lunge. Inhale as we narrow to lift. Now you can think about your pelvic floor, that's the base of your core. You can think about that like a Japanese fan. So right now, it's just half of the fan that's opening. So that left fan is opening on the way down, and then we're moving from here to inhale and narrow on the way up. Can you feel that happening from the core rather than just from the glutes, right? So often we hear about lunges as being about the booty. The booty's at the party, but it's not the only one invited. Let's hold the next one down, gorgeous. Just shoved her with my shoulder. And now we're gonna peel that right heel off, left heel rather, off the mat, and then we're gonna imprint it down. Keep that big toe, second toe engaged, peeling up, and imprinting back down, gorgeous. Peeling up, reach that left hip back a tiny touch more. Thank you, ma'am. And back down. She's fighting for it. She wants to be on those pinky toes so bad. I may puncture her foot with my thumbnail. I might. And let's go ahead with intention. Send the next one down. And we're gonna come all the way up. Beautiful. Fun times, right? We're gonna go into our parallel plies, but we're gonna take the ring, and this time it goes in between the ankles. And it's gonna be a weight shift, but we're gonna stay parallel in a plie, and it's gonna be a much smaller range of movement. So it looks like this. We're gonna lower into that plie. Notice the torso is still upright. And think about something really sticky being on the undersides of your feet. So we're simply going to shift into the lateral side of the hip and keep the torso as upright as possible. Eek! And then it just barely peels off the floor. Bring it back down, shift into the outer hip, and set it back down. So it's a small range of movement, peeling up and setting it back down, peeling up and setting it back down. So you really want to keep it small and keep your shift as minimal as possible. It's tough to do. Yeah, right? You don't want to rock super, super far side to side. You want to keep the torso as upright as possible. So we're staying connected to the midline of the body via that ring. And then we're shifting the challenge into the lateral lines of the body by shifting our weight into the outer hips. Let's do 2 more each side. Last one to the right. And hold. We're gonna step in on the ring a little bit more if you have one, so it's gonna come more into the shape of an oval. If not, we're about shoulder distance parallel with our feet, and we're going to lower into one standing squat. So send your tush back behind you, crease at the front side of the hips. We're gonna have a light touch of our hands right above the knees, and now we're gonna do a standing cat-cow. But the trick is to hold the squat low and keep all corners of the feet down, because the ring is going to ask you to dump into the outer line of the feet. So bring it all in, stay organized. We're going to first start with a cat. We're going to exhale as we round the spine. Inhale as we unfurl, gazing forward. Exhaling as you round down. Inhaling, gazing forward, keeping the knees aligned, big toe, second toe. Exhaling as we curl from under the lowest ribs. Feels good if you ignore the ring, right? Exhaling as we round. Last time, we're gonna gaze forward. Bring it back to neutral. We can go ahead and take that ring out and set it aside for reals this time. Let's go into our tricep focused push-ups. So come down onto your knees. Hands go shoulder width distance with your fingertips nice and wide. Step either the knees or the feet back so your body comes into a beautiful diagonal line. Knees or toes, either works for me. If you're up on the toes, cross the left ankle behind the right, broaden the collarbones, and let's go ahead and inhale as we lower down to breathe in between the shoulder blades, elbows fold straight back behind you. Exhale as we come back to start. I do not care how far you lower down to your mat, but I do care that we don't wing and hang out in the shoulder blades. Let's do one more. Come all the way back to the top. Left toes go down. Right foot comes across. Exhaling as we lower, dripping the elbows straight behind you. Inhaling as we lower down, exhaling to come on up. Keeping the body in a beautiful diagonal line, not letting the hips drop at all. Reaching the tailbone long from the crown of the head and the heels also long from the crown of the head. Last one. Come all the way to the top. Uncross the feet if you have them crossed. Knees come down to the mat. And we're gonna go into one more item of fun. This is our circus wheel. I told you it was fun. We're gonna sit down on our bottom. Knees are bent and feet are flat on the mat. From here, we're gonna take both arms long in front of us, plug them into the body, and we're gonna rotate the left arm with the rib basket, magnetize the outer thighs, as the fingertips graze the floor. We're gonna roll down, come up and over, extending through the top, and bring the hands back to start. Let's go to the right. Rotating to the right, fingertips graze, rolling down about halfway. Come up and over an extension at the top, back to center, more fluidly, rotating to the left, curling down as we do it, up and over to the center, to the right, rolling down as we do it, extending up and over to the top. Keep working. And I just want to point out what Tess is doing here. So it's not as far of an extension up and over. She's bringing the hand forward rather than overhead, grazing as she rotates through the right, and the hand comes at shoulder height rather than up and over for that full extension again to the left, because that's going to add a longer lever and an intense challenge as we come up and over. This makes it a lot more moderate and accessible. Rotating through the rib basket, rolling down, lengthening up, coming back to center. We're going to go down one more time to the left, rolling with intention, up and over. You can see Jessie's rising into extension, gazing up. Now to the right, last time, beautiful job. Up and over with intention, and return all the way down. Beautiful. Okay, guys, it's time to stretch it out. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch. So we're going to take our left leg crossed in front of us on the mat. The right leg reaches long. Now, straight away, you might think it's best to fold forward, but I really think it's an outstanding choice to hold upright in this stretch and really sink heavily into that left hip. And I'd like you to, with intention, think about releasing the front side of the right hip rather than thinking about stretching it. Think about just releasing tension in the front side of that hip. We're going to keep the right hand where it is and take the left arm up and over. Take a nice deep inhale here, melting the left hip down, releasing the right hip. Bring that left hand all the way back down to start. We're going to go into a child's pose. So we're going to have our knees wide and our big toes touching. Arms reach long in front of you. Melting the shoulder blades down the spine. Come all the way up. My girls are going to flip over with me, yes? And we're going to come into a pigeon stretch. We're going to have the right leg folded, the left leg comes long. Nice and tall at the top. Really sinking deeply into that right hip and releasing the front side of the left hip. Don't think about stretching, tugging, yanking on it. We simply want to release tension. Doesn't that feel delicious? Aren't we glad we made it? And we're going to take the right arm up and over, melting the right hip down, melting the right shoulder blade down. Inhaling a positive intention for the rest of your day or your evening. Return that hand back down to start, and we can come on up and out. That'll do it. You did amazing. Have a beautiful day.